Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Jazakallah khairan, everybody, for joining this evening um, for our package 360. It's a deep dive into our packages. And as we said in our chat as well, that there are two new packages that we are also launching to all our Hujjaj this year, inshallah. So without further ado, let's go straight in, inshallah. Um, Before I begin, actually, do use the chat itself for and the Q&A. Use the Q&A box mainly for your questions. If you want your questions to be answered, put it in the Q&A box. We keep an eye on it. We will answer them live and interactive as we go along, and then use the chat just for comments here and there that you want to. But mainly, if you want your questions answered, use it in the Q&A box, inshallah. So, Bismillah. Um, why us? Why us? Three RG-5737. We're part of the Rawaf team itself to deliver the Hajj package this year, the Hajj experience. So we have decades of experience supporting Hujjaj and combined well over 50 years. We took take all of our experience put together. Many years of experience in the Hajj, not only just through the spiritual guidance, but also the logistical guidance, and then also partnered with the Rawaf as well, which is many years there in the terms of the logistics. We have our mashayikh, our trusted mashayikh, that help us to do the spiritual guidance as well. Sheikh Farid, who you've heard from during these webinars that we've been doing. And there's the Beyond Hajj program, which is focused on making Hajj a deeply transformational spiritual journey, including post-Hajj. I will come back to that in a few seconds. And there's also the support. It's not just the guidance itself, but the support, where to get from one place to another place through our guides who are, mashallah, not only experienced, but also trained in handling the crowds and people and groups to get you from one place to another and to be in the right place, inshallah. So, talking about our guidance and support, we have our pre-Hajj program, the resources that we provide for you, our religious guides, our development program, and the social atmosphere that comes with it. So, the moment, inshallah, that you manage to secure your package through Nusuk, so before the sales date, you're getting these webinars that we deliver for you, and then you get your Hajj package, and then post that, there's also another development program that leads up towards us going to Hajj. So there will be some of them are webinars, some of them are in-person seminars, and it's all in preparation. And whilst we're through in Hajj, there's also further programs that we deliver during the Hajj process, the Hajj days itself, inshallah. Our trusted team here, we've got Sheikh Farid, we've got Yunus, we've got Zubair, as myself, and Aman as well, who also used to live in Saudi Arabia for many years and helping the Hajj there as well. Coming back towards the Beyond Hajj program. So, Hajj, people, they can think about it as like, I go on Nusuk, I book a Hajj, I go to Hajj, come back. That's one part of it, but getting the best out of it, and this is where we really want to push the point that coming on Hajj with us, it's not just the Hajj, it's the preparation before Hajj, leading up to Hajj, during Hajj, and post Hajj as well. Post Hajj, we have our mashayikh that also deliver programs to help support you after you've gone to Hajj as well. So it's a whole comprehensive before, during, and after to help you transform yourself in the best way that you want to get out of it as well for the Hajj, inshallah. Package selection. So now coming on to the package selection, this is where we will start calling upon Brother Yunus to come onto the package. Over to you, Yusuf.
Sure. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidina Rasul. Jazakumullah khairan for everyone who's joining us today. We're getting closer and closer to the date of booking date, inshallah, this weekend. We ask that he facilitates Hajj for all the Hujjaj that are trying to go, and he makes it easy for everyone. It's a stressful experience, but inshallah, it's full of ajr and opportunity to get more and more ajr. Which is amazing. Before I go into the supported packages, Shafiq, I just want to add about Beyond Hajj program that some of the key highlights of it is not only are we joined by Sheikh Farid, who designs the program and works the program with a number of mashayikh and team members with lots of experience. And Sheikh Farid has been taking Hujjaj for Hajj for over 20 years. He's been supporting them for many years. Obviously, he studied in Saudi Arabia, and he's been a part of the Hajj delivering Hajj for over 20 years, like we mentioned. But also, for example, last year, we were blessed to have other mashayikh join the program, and some visiting mashayikh who came and delivered to our Hajj. Last year, alhamdulillah, we were blessed to have Mufti Menk, we had Sheikh Abu Taymiyyah and other mashayikh also coming and delivering parts of the program. And this is one of the elements that we like to focus on, and to make sure that everyone's aware that the program, this part of the program, is something that really gives us a unique touch. While you'll find other programs where you get logistical guidance, you get general guidance, which is amazing, which is very good, but it's not a program. They don't focus on this element of taking you through the journey, and really focusing on making the transformational and opportunity for change, inshallah. So just wanted to highlight that a bit more, inshallah. So in terms of package selection, so this is the overview of all of our supported packages. So all of them have 3, 4, 5-star hotels. It says no Azizia building. A lot of packages that you find, especially the shifting ones, they will have buildings where during the days of Hajj you don't have access to a hotel, but you have access to a building which is either 0-star, 1-star kind of, where it's not serviced, where they won't come and clean your rooms daily, etc. So we've kind of looked specifically for packages where you don't get them throughout. You'll have hotels which are a particular star and which are providing serviced hotels, basically, just to make sure that they're good. All packages are half board in the hotels and full board during Mina, during the days of Mina, and also in Arafah. So you get breakfast and dinner, the hotels, and you'll get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus snacks and drinks, and availability, like an all-inclusive service in Mina and in Arafah. During the days of Hajj, you're not having to think about where am I going to get my lunch from, or what am I going to eat. You get Haramain rail service between Mecca and Medina. So if you're traveling either Medina to Mecca or Mecca to Medina, it's done by train, and obviously all the tents have AC and full board buffet, as we mentioned. Actually, it's all inclusive. You're not even full board. It's actually all inclusive, where constantly, you've got supply of drinks and ice creams and fruit and everything else that you could at that time. In terms of package consideration, so we've just highlighted 3 main kind of areas that we'll look at quickly, because these are kind of areas that we normally get a lot of questions about, and people are normally confusing for people. So the first one is shifting or non-shifting. So what is the shifting package? Shifting basically means where you have 2 hotels in Mecca. Normally one of them is closer to the Haram and one is further away, that you'll have access to during the days of Hajj, that you'll be seeing during the days of Hajj. Main advantages is in a shifting package, that during the days of Hajj, your hotel is close to the Hajj sites, and prices are lower. It allows for group bonding. So when you're away from the Haram, because the Haram area is so busy during that period, that them days when you're away from the Haram, that's where group members get to meet each other, they get to interact with each other, and that's where lifelong friendships are made and bonding happens. Also, it prepares you for Mina. So in Mina, you'll be sharing tents with 50 people at least, if not more, and you're in very close proximity to each other. So this gives you you start getting to know people. So when you go to Mina, you're not just meeting people for the first time, but you've already spent time with the group. And also, it's easier for us to have live lectures in the hotels which are away from the Haram, rather than closer to the Haram, where they're very strict on not allowing some of these things. Disadvantages: so you're away from the Haram during days, so it's not normally feasible to go and pray in the Haram every Salah. Some people do go for example, Maghrib and then stay for Isha, but it's not normally feasible. And normally most packages, like we mentioned earlier, are buildings in Azizia. Alhamdulillah, we've provided hotels, and we've specifically chosen packages that have hotels, just to make it easier and to allow for Hajjaj to benefit from that period as well. In terms of non-shifting, so it's almost the opposite, where you only have one hotel during Mecca. So you'll go to one hotel and you'll have that hotel. Normally it's close to the Haram. There are some packages where you have one hotel and it's further away from the Haram. Main advantage, if you've got a hotel close to the Haram, then you're in that hotel. You're not having to check in and check out, which does take time, and which is difficult during the days of Hajj, as you can There's 2 million people in a small city in the size in Makkah is a small city, and they're all trying to move around and to some people are trying to check in, some people are trying to check out. So it's just a difficult, something which it takes time and energy. Normally, disadvantages are it's a big jump standard before Mina. So suddenly, if you've gone from a five-star hotel and then you're going to Mina, people find that slightly difficult. Um, they don't normally allow lectures in the hotels which are close to the Haram, and normally the prices for the non-shifting are higher than the prices for the shifting. So the shifting are normally less in price, and the non-shifting are more expensive packages. In terms of then the second choice that you'll have, and this is specifically for those people who are trying to book on the luxury packages, it's not available on the other two types of packages, the premium or the standard packages, is where your Mina camp is basically. So for the Nusuk system, there's two main camps that are available, in totality basically. So one is Majr al-Kabsh, which is very close to the Jamarat, available on the luxury packages, about 15-20 minute walk from the Jamarat. It's a higher standard of service and, but has limited spaces. So I think about 80 or 90% of people are normally in the other camp, which is and about 10 or 20% are, spaces are allocated in Major al-Kabsh, basically, which is again, only available for those people who are on luxury packages. And then this other tents you have is Mu'aysim, which is known as the European or the European and American section, available in all packages. All of our packages will have availability for Mu'aysim, and only the luxury will give you an option to book a Majr al-Kabsh. It's about 60 minutes walk from Jamarat. The standard is now good. Previously, maybe 5-6 years ago or longer, the standard was quite low. Proper ACs, the toilets were the hole in the ground. You probably have seen old pictures of just a hole in the ground and a shower on top. Now most of the toilets are Western style toilets rather than the hole in the ground toilets. And the standards actually raised a lot. All the tents have ACs. They provide buffets. Before they didn't provide buffets. So a lot, but still you'll find in Majr al-Kabsh the standard is higher. The cost of Majr al-Kabsh is also about £1,000 more expensive per person than the Mu'aysim camp. So if you choose Majr al-Kabsh, you'll see that the price will be around 800 to £1,000 more expensive than the Mu'aysim, option. And the Mu'aysim, like I mentioned, will have about 80% of people will be located in Mu'aysim. So they have much more spaces available for Hujjaj, on the Mu'aysim, in the Mu'aysim camp. So this is just a quick picture just to show you the location of the two different camps. So as you can see, the Jamarat is there on your left, on the left-hand side of the picture, written in green. Above it, you'll see that's where the Majr al-Kabsh are. So very close. Obviously, it looks like it's just opposite, but Mina is actually got pathways that you have to follow, and the police are there and they're directing traffic, etc. So when you walk around, you have to come, the entrance into the Jamarat is from this side. So you'll basically walk around and come around this way. So it's about 15 or 20 minute walk from the Majr al-Kabsh to the Jamarat. And as you can see, the Mu'aysim camp is further away, much closer to Muzdalifah. Muzdalifah starts around on the top right corner. So it's much further away. And you've got tunnels that lead you from the Mu'aysim camp all the way to Barat, basically. The tunnels, so alhamdulillah, before it used to be you'd be walking in the sun, you'd be out exposed, but now alhamdulillah they've built tunnels, and I think for about 80-90% of the route, you're under shade. You've got tunnels that are covering you, and the routes are like one way going, coming back. So it's quite organized in that sense. And now, but you do get days and times where there's a lot of traffic going in that direction and a lot of traffic coming in the other direction. So that gives you an idea of where the two camps are. So if you're choosing a luxury package, which in our case is the 162 and the 161, which we'll speak about both of them later on today, in a little while, then you'll have an option to book both of these camps. If you're picking any package, for example, the 403 or the 201 or 202, sorry, then you'll be only have the option to pick the Mu'aysim camps. Yeah, that's the option that you'll have on the premium or the standard packages.
So for people, if we go back to that for one second,
Yep,
right? So for people who might be looking at this webinar on their phones and it might be
yep,
smaller,
yep,
the where it says Mina camps in
yep,
bold, quite big writing, just
yep.
underneath that's for the Jamarat, and the purple dot is the
Yeah,
Major, and the yellow
exactly.
dot
Yeah,
is Muisin camp. So
exactly that. Yeah, and the yellow line is the route from Muisim to the Jamarat, and there, I can't zoom in, but
that's
if
fine.
there is a purple route that shows where from the Major Caps to the Jamarat as well, basically. Yep.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, so in terms of the third thing that we always say to you, look for the support and guidance. We spoke about that a bit earlier, when we spoke about the Hajj program that we provide. And these are some of the questions that we always tell people to consider. What do you want to achieve from your Hajj? Is it just fulfilling the thing that Allah has commanded me to do, or is it more that I want to achieve? I want to fulfill it in the best way. Look for previous experience that the guides that are guiding you, the mashayikh who are going, what experience do they have? How much time will they spend with me? Sometimes you have some mashayikh that like we mentioned, Mufti Menk will come and he'll deliver a lecture for us. Other mashayikh will spend the whole journey with you, make sure that they're with you throughout the program. What sheikhs will be there to guide me? What level of guidance and support will I receive before Hajj, during Hajj, and after Hajj? All of these important questions for you to look at, to consider when you're picking, a particular package or a particular guidance group to guide you with, basically.
If I can say something on this point here, and
Yep,
this is one of the reasons why we push on the guide code. No, not all packages will have a sheikh on them. They will
absolutely.
have
Yeah.
a
So yeah, exactly that.
logistical
Yeah,
guide on them. So they will help you how to get from one place to the other, but they won't have a scholar on that will guide you. So
exactly.
I think, Yunus, going back to Allah has blessed you with many, many, many Hajj. We're going back to your first Hajj, and it was some of these experiences that helped shape it into that experience that, having the right guide, having the right scholar, and having the logistics all laid out in that way. So the before and after Hajj makes it worthwhile. So this is why it's
Absolutely.
very important to have that code, the RG-5737, so that even when you book a package, you are now with us, and you've got a scholar with us with you, you've got the logistical team with you, and helping you through the whole Hajj process to get the best out of it. And I'm sure,
Absolutely.
Yunus, you've seen people in Hajj that ended up having just a logistic guide, but no spiritual guide, and not sure where to go on the day.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of times Hajj can be done just by following the crowds, and technically your Hajj might be right, but you want to get out of Hajj than that. And especially because Hajj is one of the things that we've seen is that Hajj is a difficult journey. And normally what happens is when you go on a difficult journey, if you don't have that support telling you, be patient, understand, collect the rewards, it becomes a burden rather than a blessing, enjoyment, basically. So, the sheikhs will help us, first of all, take the spiritual side of Hajj and understand that. So, you want to understand why in Arafah, why am I pelting the Jamarat? Why am I, sleeping in Mina? A lot of questions, for example, normally we get is during the days of Mina, should I go to the Haram? But the Mashaykh will tell you at that point, Allah wants you to be in Mina. That's the place that Prophet ﷺ chose. He could have went to the Haram ﷺ. He chose to stay in Mina, basically, choose to do what he did. So this kind of advice, why is Arafah called Arafah? Why is Mina called Mina? What? So all this kind of guidance, when you understand it, then it becomes easy. Why am I being tested? Why is it like this? Why is there so many people? So all of these questions, let alone that if I've done this, is it correct or not correct? Which yeah, is important, but more about the journey that your heart will take during Hajj, your iman will take during Hajj is such an important factor. And this is something that this slide helps you, to fulfill. And inshallah, one of our key kind of goals for us, like as guides and as people working with Rawaf, that's what we want to achieve. That we want to make sure that this Hajj is transformational for you, that you come back in a different state, not just with your sins, forgiven, inshallah, but maximize your transformation, maximize this opportunity that Allah is giving us, that we're able to come out the other side different to what we when we went into the journey, inshallah.
Mhm.
Yep. In terms of package selection, so just going to run through the packages. So these are the two pack the first package that we've been speaking about for a number of webinars is our Rawaf 162. This is a non-shifting package for 13 days. You'll go to Makkah first. We'll be in Makkah for 10 days in total, with the 21st to the May to the 3rd of June. So just over 10 days. Obviously, from that will be 5 days or 6 days in the Hajj sites, but the hotel will be available during them days. In Mecca, we have the Tilal Hotel, which is a five-star hotel. It used to be called Shaza Mecca Hotel, very close to the Haram. And we'll be there for the majority of the time. And then after Hajj, we'll come back to the hotel, and then a day after we'll check out, and we'll go to Medina, spend a few days in Medina before flying back to the UK. This is a luxury package. You'll have the option of the two camps, like we mentioned. The price without the flights is around £6,650. The flights will come to around £200, so you're looking about just under 9,000 or around the 9,000 mark, including flights basically on a quad basis. They have double rooms available as well, so you can book on a double room if you wanted to book a twin or a double room. Like I mentioned, this is one of the luxury packages. In Medina, you have the Harafiyah Hotel, which again, a five-star hotel, very close to the Haram, and the flights are by Saudi Airlines. Although they will be stopping in Riyadh on the way in, and from Medina, the flight back will be from Medina, and again, I think it stops in Jeddah, and then goes on to the UK from there. Allah Ta'ala. Yep. The second package that we've got, and this is the additional package that we've added because the demand we're having, alhamdulillah, for the different packages. So Rawaf asked us to take on some packages. So we've added this as a second package. This is the Rawaf 161, very similar to the first package. This one is again a 13-day package, and again, you start off in Mecca, and you're there again for about 7-8 days. Sorry, for 10 days again, 22nd to the so just maybe about 9-10 days. Very similar location to where Tilal is. Maybe a few minutes walk from Tilal. But it's the Marriott Hotel. Marriott's a well-known brand across the world. And after Hajj, again you'll leave for Medina, and in Medina, in the same hotel as the previous package, basically. So Medina, all of our Hajjaj will be together in the hotel with the Sheikh, and that will be a part of the experience, inshallah. This package is slightly higher in price. So £7,993 is the price excluding. So with the flights, you're looking at about £9,300. So it's about £400 difference between the two packages, inshallah, in terms of the cost of the flights. Yeah. Sorry, in terms of the cost of the package. Yeah.
Sure. So the 162 we know about. This is the new
Yep.
one, the 161.
Yep.
And this is a luxury package that will have Majora Hajj
Yes.
on it.
Yeah, it's a luxury package. Again, Major Cups are available. Again, it's non-shifting, so you won't change hotel in Makkah. You'll go to the Marriott, and you'll have access to the Marriott until you leave Makkah for Medina, basically. During the Hajj days, obviously, we'll go to stay in the Hajj, in Mina and Arafah, etc. But you'll have, for example, once you've done your tawaf on, the day of Eid for everyone else, and your tawaf al-ifada, you will have access to the hotel, so you'll be able to go straight to the hotel, shower, change, to 162. You'll have access to that hotel until we leave for Medina, inshallah. Yep.
And why did we pick the 161 to add to our portfolio?
So like I mentioned, the demand for 162 was quite high. And so Rawaf asked us that, look, give people the opportunity to also book this one. They had spaces available in this one as well. So they asked us to add this to our, the ones that we're going to be supporting, inshallah. Yeah.
Jazakallah khairan.
And then the next the package again is the one that we've been previously advertising, which is the Rawaf 403 Tilal Hotel. This package actually starts in Medina for 19 days. We start in Medina, spend a few days in Medina before coming to Mecca. In Mecca, we go straight to the Tilal Hotel. So again, the five-star hotel, similar to the first package that we mentioned, the 162. You're there for a few days in that hotel in Mecca. And then from there, so we'll make our Umrah from there. Once we arrive in Medina, we'll make our Umrah, spend a few days in the hotel, enjoy the Haram, make the most of the Haram for them a few days. And then we'll head to the Ibis Hotel in Mecca, which is closer to the Mina sites. And we'll stay there until we leave for the UK. So we'll stay there, and that hotel will be available for us during the Hajj days. It's a 19-day package, and I think it's actually works. By the time you arrive back in the UK, it actually works out 19 or 20 days basically. You fly with Emirates, so it stops in Dubai both ways. The price of the package is around £5,000. So with the actual flight price, I think it's about £6,700. So it's way under £7,000, inshallah. So it's a very good price, for a 5-star package. Sorry, 4 or 5-star package. So you got 5-star hotel in Mecca, you got 4-star hotel in Medina, and then after the Ibis hotel in Mecca as well, basically. So a very good package. The Ibis hotel is very close to the Jamarat. So when you've done your stoning of the Jamarat, you'll walk for within 10 minutes, or probably in Hajj days, let's say 10 to 15 minutes, you'll be walking and you'll come to the Ibis hotel. You have access to your room. You can use the shower facilities, the toilet facilities there. You have your items there. Then in the evening, we can head back to, or later on in the day, we'll head back to Mina again, inshallah. So that's one of the reasons why we've chosen this, like we mentioned earlier, that you're not in a building during them days, but you've actually got access to a hotel, and that hotel is very close or fairly close to the Jamarats. You can access it when you come for the stoning, inshallah ta'ala.
So,
And from the one key thing, sorry, Shafiq, let me just is from very close to the hotel, the Saudi government last year set up a bus service that takes people to the Haram, and it's a free service. And during the days of Hajj, so all you do is you queue up, and they have like what we call bus lanes, and the buses run on the bus lanes, and they take you to the Haram, and they're constantly going back and forth from the Haram. If you want to come back to the Ibis Hotel, you'll jump on a bus, you'll wait in the queue, jump on a bus, and within 10-15 minutes you're back to the hotel basically, which is a fantastic service. Last year it was a game changer, because even if you're taking, a lot of these hotels are and buildings are dotted around in different places in Azizia, and go to take a taxi. Sometimes a taxi might take an hour to get to the Haram, it might take longer. They charge you a lot of money, especially during the days of Hajj, and during these days free from the Ibis Hotel. So during the days of Hajj, it's free from the Ibis Hotel, from very close to the Ibis Hotel. You'll jump on that bus, and you'll be able to get to the Haram very easily, inshallah.
that was actually my question. So the 403 we know about. This is a package that we've been advertising, and that was about the actually mentioning how do we get from the hotel to the Haram. Which
Yeah.
Jazakallah khairan, you mentioned. Now this bus itself, is it like one every hour and a half? I mean,
No, it's so basically there's a queue of buses, and constantly just going I would probably say every 20 seconds there's a bus leaving, and and the next one's waiting behind it, and that gets filled up. The queue, by the way, the queues are like, they're long, because most people leaving Mina want to get to the Haram. So so even people going to Tilal will wait in that bus queue, jump on that bus, and take them to Tilal Hotel. So everyone's using the bus. It's not specifically people in the Ibis Hotel. But because the buses are constant, it's like the queue's just moving, moving. They're filling buses, 15 minutes you're in the Haram, 15 minutes you're in the Haram. So last year, I believe we waited maybe 20 minutes to get on a bus, and then 15 minutes later we're in the Haram. And on the way back, we didn't use it, but people were telling us it was a very similar kind of experience, probably on the way back as well, inshallah. So not, it's a very good, and the hotel is located very close to that queue, to jump on the buses, and that's one of the key reasons why we looked at this hotel and chose this package, and we chose this package. Just to be clear, so the days before Hajj, so these few days, they don't have a bus service. Ibis don't have a bus service, and the bus service wasn't running last year. We don't know if the Saudi government changed it. Last year was the first year they put that bus service during the days of Hajj. I don't know if they're going to add it for a couple of days before and a couple of days Hajj. But we were using taxis during them days. And again, it was costing us maybe 20 riyals a person. And taxi at that time was taking maybe 20 minutes or so to get to the Haram from Ibis Hotel. So, it wasn't too bad as well, basically, to get during these days.
Jazakallah khairan.
So the next one, which is a new package that we've added, again by request of Rawaf, and a lot of people are for a bit of a shifting package, which was a bit shorter. So this is why we went for this package, which is a 5-star hotel in Medina. Again, starts in Medina, the Rawaf 202 Tilal. Starts off in Medina, a few days in Medina, and then we go to Ibis Hotel in Makkah. So the same hotel I spoke about in the last package. They will meet the group, the other group who will be there as well, in the Ibis Hotel. We're in the Ibis Hotel until Hajj finishes, and then after Ibis Hotel, we will go to, sorry, in Medina, you have the Pullman Zamzam Hotel. I got the names the wrong way around. And then after Hajj, you'll go to the Tilal Hotel in Mecca for 4 days or 5 days after Hajj to enjoy Mecca after Hajj, basically. So very similar, it's just the other way around. So you go to Medina first, rather than going straight to Tilal, this will go to Ibis, and then after Hajj, you stay longer after Hajj in Mecca, basically. 17 days, Saudi Airlines. The price is 5,400 without the flights. So with the flights, you're looking about just under £8,000 per person. So the last two packages are what we call premium packages, and the first two were the luxury packages that we're supporting this year, inshallah ta'ala.
So a couple of questions, if I may. So this one, it starts in Medina, and then when we
Yep.
come to Mecca, we're closer to the Hajj sites, closer to Mina.
Yep.
And once we finish Hajj, then we're going to the Tilal, which is closer to the Haram, which is different from
Exactly.
403, which is
That's right. Yeah. So this package leaves London later. So it leaves on the 21st of May. So as you can see, the blue, the 24th. So literally, you arrive in Mecca and then 1 day before we leave for Hajj. So that's why this package doesn't go too close to the Haram, because you only got 1 day to do in Mecca. So then that day you'll be preparing for Hajj, getting your ready. You've made your Umrah. You've come to Mecca. You've made your Umrah. You've gone to the hotel. You're going to get yourself ready for Hajj, and then you head, to Hajj. After Hajj, day later, you'll come to the hotel close to the Haram, basically. So that's why this package goes the other way around. By the way, we did this package last year. This is not the same hotels. We used Ibis, but we didn't use the same hotel Medina. We did use the same hotel, and it was a very popular package last year as well. Yeah, so we used it last year.
and this one has the Muaisim camp on it.
This one has the last two packages have only SIM as an option. Yeah.
Huh, exactly.
Now, we understand that not all, these four packages now, before two, now these four packages might not be suitable for every single person. Rawaf do have 16 packages. They have standard packages and they have other packages available, various ranges, lengths, etc., prices. So feel free to look around, look on the Nusuk website. We can also send you a list of all the Rawaf packages if you want. And all the packages are supported by guides, from for example, the UK packages will have guides probably from the UK primarily supporting them. And if you want to be a part of the Beyond Hajj program, what will happen is once you've completed your booking, Rawaf will send you a survey. In the survey, it will ask you who's the guide who guided you to Rawaf and to the package. If you put the RG-5737 at that stage, then they will connect you to us. And that means that, we'll be able to make you as part of the Beyond Hajj program. You'll be guided, through the Mashayikh that we mentioned previously. And also what we'll do is even during the days of Hajj, we'll request with Rawaf that they can join you to us in Mina, in Arafah, etc. So you can have the lectures, you can have all the support and guidance before Hajj, even during the days of Hajj, and then after Hajj as well, inshallah. So it's quite important that, if you don't, one of these packages is not suitable for your dates, your budget, or, what you want to do, basically, you can pick another package within Rawaf. Obviously, if it's from another company, we're unable to provide that support. But if you pick it within Rawaf, then what we will do is, and you put the codes, we'll speak to Rawaf, and they, if you put the code, they will link you to us. We will speak to them about having you with us during the days of Hajj, and where else we can include you as part of the package. Obviously, before Hajj we can, after Hajj we definitely can do, and then depending on how the packages are overlapping, even during the days, in the hotels, we can invite you to come attend the lectures either in person, or if they're online, we can definitely send you links to join the lectures online, and to make sure that you make the most of what we're providing, inshallah ta'ala. I'll hand over to Zubair to do the configuration, a demonstration of the configuration, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Good to see you all again. If you just bear with me while I log on and get to my OTP, which you all should be familiar with, inshallah.
And we have seen the questions in the Q&A while Brother Zubair is loading up his screen, and he's gone off screen. So we are going to go run through the questions shortly. You still with us, Brother Zubair?
Yes, I am. Yeah, just logging into my. So bear with me 1 second.
No problem. And if you have questions for the Zubair is going to go through a demonstration of the nusuk and how to configure package. Do put your questions. We are going to look at them because some of the questions that we have are, they're quite similar. So we will answer them in one batch as we go along, inshallah. But for nusuk questions as well, do send them through. Inshallah.
Right. Okay. So, share my. Okay, so you should hopefully be able to see my window. So, Vic, can you see my window?
Yep.
Okay. So, brothers and sisters, you should be very familiar with now your nusuk login, your dashboard when you log in, inshallah. And this is where you will go to configure your package. So on the top there, you have the menu you have 4 options. You click the packages option, and then you can scroll down. And there are many different ways of finding a package. You can either filter here by any preferences that you may have. So for example, maybe you can only go for group flights. So you tick the box here for group flights, and it will only show you packages that have group flights. Maybe you want a certain level of accommodation, you will select it here. Maybe you want a certain proximity to the haram, or if you wanted to only consider packages that have al-Kabsh camp as an option. So you can play around with filters here. That's one way. The second way is you can type in, if you know the specific package that you want to go for, then you can type it in here. For Rawaf specifically, you have to use uppercase letters, capital letters. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I will try 162. Now, I've already got in my basket a package that's configured. I've left it in there on purpose to show you what happens when you try and configure a new package. So just so you know, you can only configure one package at a time. Yeah, you can prefer more than one package at a time. So if I, for example, so we've just introduced Rawaf 161, for example, right, as a new package that we're going to be supporting. So if I hit now the heart icon here, I can add that package to my preferred packages. Now, if I've preferred a number of packages, I can go to the filter here, view preferred package, and it should now show the preferred packages I've preferred maybe over the last few days. So that's another way of getting to your package. So for example, today I'll configure the Rawaf 162 because a few people have actually asked specifically about the 162. So I will go for that. It's quite straightforward. You just type in the Rawaf 162, and once you hit enter, it will return the results there. Because I've got my filter still on, it's showing the preferred packages. So I'll hit view details here. I'm not going to go through every single detail in terms of the package itself, but I'm just going to show the steps. So this first step goes through the package in details. You have a long description here. It shows you a summary in terms of the nights, the type of package, and then the names of the accommodations, which you will then get to look at in more detail as you go to the next stages with the dates. There's what's included, what is the additional cost, and then there's the cancellation policy there. Please do read the cancellation policy. Make note of important dates, because once you go past a certain date, for example, you can't request a full refund, for example. So please do make note of particular dates, particularly the 18th of April. And then you have the nusuk contact details there. And then I'll hit configure package to go to the next stage. This is where then you can choose the camp. So some packages give you an option of both camps. Some don't. So for example, the Rawaf 403 only gives you the option to select the Mu'asim camp. But on this package here, you have the option of choosing between Al-Kabsh and Al-Mu'asim. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'll actually choose the Mu'asim camp because a lot of people have been asking what is the minimum cost of this package with flight. So we'll go for the Mu'asim camp. It gives you a summary of the cost so far as you add things to the configuration. Now this is what happens. So because I have a configuration in my basket already, a pop-up comes up saying you have a pre-selected package. You can purchase the package or delete it by deleting it by reviewing the shopping cart. So I have to now, if I wish to configure this package, I have to remove my configured package. And now I have to go back to the package selection, but obviously we're quite familiar with how the search function works, so it should be much quicker now to bring up the package. So just wanted to demonstrate what happens if you did try and configure a package, if you already had a package. So remove the package from your basket if you wish to configure another one. I'm just going to go through again, going to select the Moisim camp again. This is now where the hotel options appear, right? So in the Tilal, you can get a double room, and also in Harithiyah, then you've got the option for a quad room. So I will select the quad room for both of these. In case this is not picked up previously, if your account has more than one person, then this option you have to select up to the number of people on your account. So because it's just myself on my account, it doesn't let me go for more than one. But if you've got 2 people or 3 people, just keep pressing plus until you hit your number of people. Otherwise, it will only book for 1 person as opposed to 3 people. It's very important that you do that.
Yeah, and Zubair, on that note, so
Mhm.
a lot of people calling and asking about this. So you can choose different configurations for different people on your group. So for example, imagine now there's 3 people traveling, 2 sisters and a brother, for example, and they want the sisters to be in a double room and they want the brother to be in a room because they don't have a triple room available here. So they can choose 1 quad place and 2 double places, and then that way the sisters will be in 1 room together in a room, and the brother will be with 3 other brothers in the quad room. If they picked 3 quad places, so they went 1, 2, 3 in the quad place, then the 2 sisters will be with 2 other sisters in the quad room, and the brother will be with 3 other brothers in the quad room, basically. So you can pick different configurations, but you have to pick a bed in a room type for each person in your Nusuk account. So if your Nusuk account has got 1 person, you're allowed to pick 1 bed. If your Nusuk account has got 5 people, you have to pick five beds in each hotel that's on this page. Otherwise, it won't let you go further down. It won't let you go further. Secondly, there's a question regarding, like in this particular package, we've got a double option available in the Tilal, but not in Harithiyah Hotel. So if you want a double room, what we'd say saying to people, pick the double option in Tilal and pick the quad option in Harithiyah. And as soon as the bookings are done, contact us and we will speak to Rawaf. Rawaf will speak to Harithiyah and they'll come back to you with a quote for upgrading the Harithiyah hotel. Now you can see the price difference here between the Tilal quad place and the Tilal double room place. It's about 5,000 riyals is the per person, in the pricing. The Medina hotel will be less. Generally, Makkah hotels are the most expensive, especially during Hajj days, because that's where you're during the peak period. So it will be slightly less, but just have in mind that there will be a cost, and there will be some kind of price that you'll have to pay to get it upgraded from a quad basis to a double basis in Medina, inshallah. And last year, Rawaf, we put many requests through for people. Last year there was no double rooms available on the Nusuk system for us, but all the requests that went through were completed, and alhamdulillah they upgraded everyone as per the requests that people made, basically. So inshallah that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
So I'll just continue. I've selected my 2 rooms for each of the hotels. If you did need a wheelchair, then you can select a wheelchair here free of charge, but this doesn't come with a person that helps you on the wheelchair. This is where if you're someone that requires a wheelchair, you'd have to ideally travel with somebody that will assist you throughout your journey. So a family member that would also come with you to then assist you, but you can request the wheelchair free of charge. They've now added the Qurbani option, the udhiyah option on Nusuk. At the moment, we're advising you not to worry so much about this. There was an issue last year where Nusuk didn't notify people when the actual Qurbani took place, and for some reason, so for some people, this is very important in terms of doing the steps of Hajj in the correct order. So we will also provide another option to do your Qurbani outside of Nusuk, and it's still valid, it's still accepted, there's no issues with it whatsoever. Just gives people the choice. So there's no need to do the Qurbani at this stage. If you did wish to, then there is obviously the cost for it there, but that's totally your choice. If you don't do it, then we will definitely have another option for it. And as I go to the next stage, the flights. Okay, so this is where you'll be presented with either flights that come with the package, already pre-selected, attached to the package, or you have the option to do a custom flight. So again, I know we've mentioned this a few times, but there are obviously pros and cons to this. With the attached flight, the flight's already there. It's the times are already there. You can see the times, the dates, the stopover times, and so on. You've even got the flight numbers as well. The benefit of selecting the group flight is that come sales day, provided that your package configuration is already set in your basket, then in theory, and your money's in your e-wallet, then in theory, it's just a matter of then just clicking purchase on sales day. With the custom flight, you may at this stage see flights that are cheaper. It may be that they remain cheaper on actual sales day, but there is also a chance that they may go up in price on sales day, just given with demand and like we see on other sites like Skyscanner and so on, the flight prices may go up. And bear in mind that it's an additional 15 or 20 minutes for you to then again search for flights on sales day, because you may select a custom flight now, but it will be removed from your basket in about 15 minutes due to the nature of flight prices. So this is just to something to bear in mind depending on your requirements and your circumstances. And as I hit then the next stage, you'll be presented with options in terms of your transportation. We recommend selecting the package transportation. This ensures that you stay with the group, which is the whole purpose of obviously traveling with the group. So you have the option there of selecting the package transportation for when you arrive and also when you depart Saudi before and after Hajj. And finally, it's just a summary then of the actual booking itself. You've got your name, your passport number. You have the summary of the rooms that you've booked, the dates, the camp that you've selected, the flight details of the flight that you've chosen, and the package transportation, the summary of what's included in the package and what will cost an additional fee, the reminder of the cancellation policy, and then the total cost there. And the total cost there is 44,591 Saudi riyals, and that is for the Rawaf 162 Mu'asim camp with the quad rooms. Yep, and that's the 44,591 Saudi riyals per person. Yep, and then you hit save configuration, and then it will be saved in your basket. Again, a reminder: no custom flights will not be saved as prices could be changed once reservations are made available. Make sure your wallet has sufficient funds. And then that package will then remain in your basket, and I can see it there. Rawaf 162 5-star is in my basket. Yeah. So I hope that was clear. But if there are any questions, we're now going to open the floor to questions, inshallah. Before we do, just a reminder on sales day, actually, before we go to questions. So originally, sales day was the 3rd of Feb. It moved to the 1st of Feb, and it was moved to the 1st of Feb to a time of 1 p.m. Makkah time, which was 10 a.m. UK time. Just earlier today, a few hours ago, we've been told now that it's going to be 3 p.m. Makkah time, which coincides with 12 p.m. UK time. So please do make note of this. Plan ahead. The good thing in one way that it's a Sunday. It's not usually a working day for most of us. So allows us a bit more flexibility if it were to be a working day. So again, please keep your day free we recommend that you keep your whole Sunday free for this, inshallah. Pre-sales day preparations, so just a reminder, as we've always said from the very beginning, continue to make dua, renew your intentions. You really show Allah that you want to go on Hajj this year. If you haven't already, you should have definitely registered with Nusuk by now, and hope that most are verified. I know we are still speaking of some of you in terms of your profile is yet to be verified. If your profile is yet to be verified, please reach out to us ASAP, and we will try and help you, inshallah. Browse through the packages, make note of the packages that you want to go for, and hit the heart icon to prefer the packages that you think you want to go for, and configure your first choice packages. And top up, this is very important, top up your e-wallet to the amount that equals to the most expensive package you have on your shortlist. So maybe you might be considering your first choice package, which is maybe works out to be £7,500, but your backup package is actually £8,500. So we recommend that you top up your e-wallet to £8,500, and then if you do manage to book your first choice package on sales day, then it's a matter of then requesting that remaining £1,000 back onto your card, which can take some days, but at least you then booked your Hajj. Yeah, and top up a little bit extra, maybe another £100 on top, just in case there's any sudden small increase due to tax or any other increase. So shouldn't be more than £100, to be honest, if there is any increase. Pre-sales day considerations, as we've said, make lots of dua, check your intentions. We've mentioned this before. Rawaf, mashallah, due to last year's performance, they've been given the highest allocation for Hajj 2026. So they have the highest quota this year. So do consider a package with Rawaf Mina. Also have a list of things that are non-negotiables and some things that you may compromise on. For example, the camp. So as Brother Yunus said, the spaces for the Al-Kabsh camp are 3 times less compared to Mu'asim. So really think, do I need to go on Kabsh? Can I go to Mu'asim just so that I can book my Hajj quad rooms? And many of you are asking for twin rooms. Understandably, you're going for as couple. But again, think about, do I really have to, or for the purpose of Hajj, can I go get away with a quad room? And maybe when I go Umrah in the future, I'll do twin rooms with my spouse. And again, the group flights as well. So the group flights may come across slightly more expensive, or maybe it's flying out from London and you're from out of town, but you think, okay, you know what, I can come to London the day before. Think about all of the options. The main thing is to try and put things in place to increase your chances of booking Hajj on the sales day itself, inshallah. On sales day, continue to make dua, check your intentions, be ready, have your device charged, inshallah, have a strong internet connection, have various options available, your Wi-Fi, your mobile connection, and the rest is having tawakkul in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And do you log in before start? You can try, there's no harm in doing so. Just bear in mind that there is a chance that Nusuk may log everybody out when they launch the sales day itself. So there's no harm in trying, but be prepared to be logged out if it is. Potential issues, Nusuk can crash due to traffic issue. How do I know if my purchase was successful? Brother Yunus, I'm not sure if you want to come in here, but in terms of how people would, going by what happened last year, how people will know. Oh, Shafiq.
Yeah, their wallet. You were able to tell by your wallet that funds been deducted, and I know the confirmation was taking time last year, wasn't it, Yunus, for it to actually say that you managed to secure, but the sign that your wallet's been emptied, it means that you managed to get the package.
Yeah, there was a number so some people were, actually getting the confirmation coming up on the screen, your package has been purchased. And then once the system started crashing, the people had that circle going around and they didn't know, have I purchased or not? And, we were asking them to wait. And sometimes it was coming after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like you would get the confirmation. And then eventually it stopped coming. We were asking people just to check their emails to see if they've received an email from Nusuk saying that you've purchased the package, which some people were getting, and others were just looking at their e-wallet. When they re-logged in and looked at the e-wallet, the money had been deducted, and therefore it was confirmed that they'd managed to purchase the package, basically. So that was like the 3 or 4 minutes. On the day, we will be around. We'll have what we call a drop-in session. We'll ask everyone to log in, so we can advise on these things. So once the system starts crashing, we'll say, look, guys, one of the, some people say, look, I've pressed purchase, but nothing's happening, and we'll advise what to do next and how to take the next, inshallah. And we'll be in touch with Rawaf, and they'll be in touch with Nusuk and so on, and we'll try and get up to date information on what's happening with the system, what's happening with the quotas, and so on and so on, inshallah ta'ala.
Yes. And the question someone just asked, how long does sales day stay open? It stays open for as long as the packages are available. Once it's sold out, then you won't be able to purchase any more packages, which tends to happen within about 40 minutes to an hour, wasn't it last year? I think.
Yeah, that's right. So it's not about the packages, it's more about the quota, quota. So each country is given a quota. The UK quota normally sells out within an hour. Within an hour or so last year, and that's the initial quota. What will happen is, just going back to the previous slide, what if I don't get to purchase? So this is very, very important. If for la qadar Allah, you're not able to purchase on the first day, don't give up hope. Some people, they remove their money from their wallet and they said, "Khalas, I can't be, it's not happening." No, because what happens is the initial quota given to the UK is about 3,500 or 4,000 places, and then what they call phase 2 or phase 3, the quota almost doubles in number, basically. So I think in the end it was about 6,500 or 7,000 places were given to the UK. So there will be another opportunity where people will be able to book their packages, inshallah ta'ala. So don't, if it doesn't happen on Sunday, don't give up hope, be patient. And a lot of people, alhamdulillah, have managed to book in and the second stage, and managed to purchase their packages and go to Hajj and complete Hajj perfectly fine. So be patient, bear with us, communicate with us. That's what we're here for, to help you, to support you, to give you advice based on our experience, based on what we're hearing from Nusuk, what we're hearing from Rawaf, Shaitan wants you to despair. He wants you to give up. He wants you to, what am I doing? And the best way to fight that is to remember why you're doing this, to have clear intention, expect reward from Allah, have your, oh Allah, this headache I'm going through, this stress I'm going through, the money I'm spending, this evenings I'm spending in a webinar rather than spending time with my family and doing things, it's all seeking reward from you, seeking to come to your house, to seek your forgiveness, have that. So even la qadar, if you don't end up going Hajj, at least you'll meet Allah with lots of rewards for all this work that you're putting in, not just headache, not just, stress, basically. Turn the stress into rewards, turn the money that you're spending into rewards. And that happens through intention. That happens through having good hope in Allah and lots of dua. Inshallah, it will all come together, inshallah ta'ala.
Allah.
So this is some support that we, some of the things that we do. So prior to sales day, we can, we're holding these sessions, also one-on-one support. If you, at any time you need advice or you're stuck with something, or you just want to speak about what's going to happen, etc., feel free to get in touch with us. Drop-in sessions on the day, like we mentioned, will be available from an hour before. So now they've announced 12 o'clock. And by the way, that might change again. So it's already changed. I think the dates changed, like what was mentioned was aware, then changed. Last year it changed a number of times. So just keep again up to date with information. And once you've, if you manage to purchase or don't manage to purchase, keep us updated. Update us, and give us information so that we can then update our records and we can make sure Rawaf know, and also we can advise on what's the next steps, inshallah ta'ala. Next, Zubair or Shafiq?
Yeah, I can jump in. So our next webinar, which is going to be the final webinar pre-sales day. Of course, we will have more webinars after sales day, inshallah, for those that have, inshallah, have managed to book on. So Saturday, 31st, this Saturday, 8 p.m. inshallah ta'ala, Saturday evening. So please do join us. We will send out the details. And then on Sunday, the 1st of Feb, 2026, 8 p.m. inshallah ta'ala, 8 p.m. inshallah ta'ala, Saturday evening. So please do join us. We will send out the details. And then on Sunday, the 1st of Feb, 2026, 8 p.m. inshallah ta'ala, Saturday evening. So please do join us. We will send out the details. And then on Sunday, the 1st of Feb, 2026, from 11 a.m. onwards, we'll have the drop-in session or surgery, what you want to call it. We'll be here to answer any questions that you may have. So do please stay in contact with us. If you're not already part of our WhatsApp group, please do join. We'll send that in the chat very shortly. And if you are wanting to travel with us, there's a dedicated WhatsApp group for those looking to book on these 4 packages that they want to, or if there's any other Rawaf Mina package that you want to book on but you wish to have our guidance, then you can also join that group, inshallah. Just before we go to Q&A, just some important points. Unfortunately, in times like this, there are some people out there with bad intentions. So please be vigilant. Double check any people that are calling you, messaging you. Nusuk will never call you to request for money over the phone. No one will call you to request money over the phone or via bank transfer. There are no shortcut links to get a quicker booking or jump the queue. So please be vigilant. If you have any questions, if anything doesn't look right, please do ask and we will verify. And for any official comms, again, wait for us to announce it. For example, if there's any change of date or time, usually we'll be able to confirm and send that out. So without further delay, let's inshallah start answering some questions. I believe we'll just start from the top. So there's a question here. I've used the card to upload money onto my Nusuk account, but the card has hit its limit. I need to pay another £500. Can I use a different person's card? And if so, does it cause refund problems if unsuccessful with Hajj?
I think this is,
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
yeah, I was going to say it's an isolated problem. But yeah, if you could either do it on the call or if you can answer it now, up to you.
Yeah. Look, you can use as many cards as you want. Different cards, different person's cards, not an issue at all, inshallah. And the only thing to consider is that if you do request a refund, it'll only be refunded to one account, basically. You can't get refunded to multiple accounts. If you paid by multiple cards, it won't go to different cards. It will just get refunded to one account, basically. But in terms of paying in, it's not an issue, inshallah. Just use as many cards as you need to. It's not a problem at all. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Another question here. Some packages like Rawaf 404 offer group flights from across the world, Australia, for example. Does this mean they are more competitive and harder to get on booking day? Because compared to Rawaf 161, which has only London group flights on the image on Nusuk, does this mean I have a better chance?
No. So the short answer is no, because each country has got its own quota. So even in terms of packages, the way Rawaf have configured them is they've said, for example, the UK, here's 100 packages or 50 packages or 200 packages, depending on the particular package. Australia, so it might be the same package, but Australia, we're giving you 50, we're giving the UK 50, we're giving, and so on and so on. So the answer is no. You can book on any of the packages, and as long as there's a group flight from the UK, then chances are almost the same. What we do is, for example, the reason why, so for example, if we said 162, okay, a lot are asking for it, so let's add an additional package where there is a bit more space available, basically, meaning that a lot of people haven't maybe chosen that package, or that package more capacity. So that's where we're guiding you to, okay, look, if you haven't configured 162 already, then go for 161. Look at 161 as a potential option, or have that as your backup option, basically, if 162 does get sold out. I wouldn't overthink this issue of if this package has got too many people on it, because the main challenge on that day is logging into Nusuk. It's not so much about which package that I'll be able to purchase or won't be able to purchase. It's more about logging into Nusuk, basically. Most people last year just struggled to get into Nusuk on that day due to the OTP crashing and the website crashing and so on. Once people logged in, they were able to most times purchase their primary package, especially in phase one. Once phase one's over, you might find, oh, okay, now look, this package, this package has only got 5 places left. In which case, then we'll say to you, aim for another package. Then try and go for another package. But in phase one, shouldn't be your primary concern, inshallah. Concern more about being able to get into Nusuk and to do the purchasing. Yep.
Does the camp have the metro facilities than the other camp to Makkah? Just thinking if you have non-shifting package.
Yeah, so no, the Kabsh camp does have a medical facility, what we call within the Mashair. So from Mina to Arafah, Arafah to Muzdalifah, Muzdalifah back to Mina, basically. So rather than going by coach, they provide the train service within the Mashair. But to go to the Haram, no, you'll have to again just get a taxi or jump on one of the buses that I spoke about earlier to get to the Haram itself, basically. So yeah, only within the Mashair it does. That has advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is once you're on a train, you'll get to your destination fairly quickly. Disadvantage is to queue up for the train. It sometimes takes an hour or takes a longer period of time. While on the coaches, again, it doesn't take very long to get from one site to another, especially from Mina to Arafah. Arafah to Muzdalifah, there is a long wait to get onto a coach. But that way, you're sitting in the tents in Mina, you're relaxing, and once the our turn comes for the coach, then the Rawaf will notify us, and then we'll jump on a coach and we'll go to the next place. Once you're on, then it's about again half an hour. You're normally the maximum time you're on a coach between the Mashair. Yep. But in terms of going to Makkah, no, it doesn't have a mesh going to Makkah itself, not at this stage. Yeah.
Exactly. Where is the Marriott in Makkah?
The Marriott Makkah is it's near the King Abdulaziz extension. It's what's called a part of the Jabal Umar project. Like you've got the Conrad, the Hilton Suites, Hilton Convention, and it's just behind Hilton Convention, near the DoubleTree, opposite the DoubleTree. And so it's near the new extension of the Haram, basically. That's the best way I can describe it. Maybe we can try and show a map of this. But it's very close to Tilal as well. So Tilal is also on that side. And one of the reasons why we choose that side of the Haram is access for the roads, basically. So when you're leaving for Jeddah, when you're coming from Jeddah, it's easier to access them hotels during Hajj days. If you try to go to the towers underneath, over now the towers, they're also building ring roads around that take you don't have to go underneath the Haram. But previously, what is you would have to go underneath the Haram, and that gets blocked by the police very quickly. So sometimes you're waiting 2-3 hours just to get past, a roadblock by the police to get in, especially when it comes to Salah times. They just close off all that area. But to get to these hotels is slightly easier. Hence, them hotels were normally chosen. Or that's why we used to choose them hotels, or we chose them hotels. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, speak back on.
I was going to say, it's important for people to remember, for those who are going to Hajj for the first time, which are quite a few people, that it's not like Umrah. You might have done Umrah before, it's a little bit quieter, but Hajj is it's like on steroids, basically. And we sometimes get frustrated. We're going to work, we're queuing for a train, we've got to wait for the next train to do it. But this is a whole different ballgame. Everyone's trying to get to the same place at the same time, get the same transport, and it's a level of sabr that comes with it. And this is where the guides help you. Your guides along the way, they will help you. They will come as a group. They will go as a group. But just like Yunus was saying, that in terms of the access of roads, it's all thought through of what would ease the Hajj process. Yes, you will still see it crowded, but it's the easier selections that we put together for the Hajj, inshallah.
Exactly. Like,
there was a few questions that I saw. Sorry, Zubair. There's a few questions I saw. People are asking questions, about 3 or 4 questions about the Mina camps, zone A, B, C, D. There's about 4 or 5 questions. So maybe Yunus.
Yeah, good. So when it comes to the zones are mentioned on Nusuk are not relating to the Mina camps. They're relating to the distance of hotels to the Haram, basically. The hotels in Makkah to the Harams. Zone A hotels are the closest to the Haram. So Tilal, Marriott, and a whole range of other hotels are very close to the Haram, and they're considered Zone A. The further you go out, the zones go down. So Zone B are a bit further out, Zone C are further out, Zone D are even more further out, basically. So it's not related to Mina itself. It's actually related to the hotels near the Haram and the proximity of the hotels to the Haram. So just to give Hujjaj an idea, this is Zone A hotel, which means it's in close proximity to the Haram, and so on and so on. Yep.
Yeah. linked to that, so there's a question here: do we have to walk 60 minutes to Al Muaisim camp, or are there other forms of transport?
Yeah, so from Muaisim camp to the Jamarat, it's about a 60-minute walk, and you will have to do that walk if you're going for the stoning. Obviously, there's some people that, they can't do the stoning because of illness or age, or, not able to, walk that much distance or something like that, in which case someone else, they'll speak to the Mashaykh, and the Mashaykh will advise someone else can go on their behalf. Rawaf do have wheelchairs available, so if you've got someone with you who can push your wheelchair, then you can go, with a wheelchair, and you can utilize that facility. But in essence, you will have to walk to go for the stoning. And the norm is that you'll walk for stoning to for that 60 to the Jamarat, and then walk back later on in the day when you're coming back to Mina, for the Jamarat. Now, there are the bus service to the Haram that last year that the Saudi government provided, again a free bus service to the Haram from very close to the Mina tents, but that takes you to the Haram, the Jamarat. So just keep that in mind, inshallah.
And which zone in Al Muaisim will we be staying in?
There's camp numbers. We're not sure. They'll tell us. That I don't think that's pre-allocated. I think it's allocated afterwards. But the Muaisim is a zone of itself. It's an area, within Mina itself. Muaisim and Majra Kabsh is an area, and it's known as the European. It's commonly known as the European and America, USA area, basically, of Mina.
Yeah, and I know we spoke about this, but maybe this person missed the beginning. But the transport option from Muaisim camp,
To
there's no specification, so maybe it's to the Haram or to the
Okay, yeah. So,
Ashir.
like I mentioned, going from Muaisim to the Jamarat is by walking. If you want to go to the Haram for not on the first day, but on the second day, there is a bus service that they were providing last year. We're not 100% sure if they'll provide it again this year, but normally when they start something, they tend to continue it on. And getting to Muaisim and getting from Muaisim to Arafah, etc., is by coach. But that's coach then is fairly simple, and it's not too difficult to do, inshallah.
I think we've pretty much answered the bulk of the questions.
There's some questions about the length of packages for 161 and
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going. We
162.
can go back to the slides if you want to. Should we go
No,
back to the
I'll
slide
just
or?
explain
Okay.
it. So there's a couple of things to consider. So the way the RAF and the Nusuk system work out a package time is when you arrive in Saudi, when you leave Saudi, basically. So that might lead some discrepancy. So for example, on the 161, a flight leaves at night on the 20th of or the 21st of May, sorry, the 20th of May, for example. And so therefore, technically, you will be going for 14 days. But because you arrive in Saudi on the 21st, so the day after, they count it from that day, and they count the day when you leave. So that's why you might see some discrepancy between it being 13 days or 14 days. When you look at the flight time. My thing is, no matter what it says on our presentations or what Rawaf tell you or anyone tells you, go to Nusuk. What's Nusuk is actually the confirmed times, the confirmed dates, everything's confirmed there basically. Yeah, that because the Nusuk booking is the contract booking between the airline and your Rawaf, between the hotels and Rawaf. So if Nusuk says you'll be checking in on this day, you'll be checking in on that day. If it says you're out on this day, you'll be checking out on that day. So if you want to, work out the exact kind of details, the exact timings and so on, Nusuk is the place to go. And inshallah, that'll give you the most accurate view on all the packages, inshallah.
There's a couple of questions here about which packages sell out quicker, and um, do we know when the second phase usually will be afterwards?
Last year, I think Shafiq was probably about a few weeks later. I think that they opened it up again. Yeah, it was June Ramadan, I believe, or that they opened up again. So it's probably going to be the same a few weeks later. We don't know, they don't give us an exact date. It's just they like what we're having this time, the speculation, and then suddenly, yeah, it's going to be on this day, and everyone kind of gets ready for it. So, and it will be the same kind of time, meaning that about 40 minutes to an hour, and then it was sold out again. expecting it to be similar. The year before, for example, there was three phases, so three specific, 3 different dates, which might happen again. But and everyone is expecting that last year, but it only 2 happened. Unfortunately, we don't get very accurate information beforehand. It's just as it's coming, we Rawaf are asking, they tell us, and then we forward that information onto our Hajj as basically.
I
So
think
just
to give people some understanding of why it's a little bit fluid in terms of the days itself, when the second phase is, that they do country by country. Sometimes they put 2. I think last year we had France and Germany, I think, on our phase 1 of the sales day, and then they go through different countries, and then at the end of it, they go, okay, we've got X amount of packages left from these different ones. We redistribute it. So hence we have to wait for when Nusuk tells us, and sometimes that's why there's a change in the time when they're sorting out their system. So we have to make ourselves available for whatever they tell us, and do follow the WhatsApp group, because when we get the update, we share it with you. So from our group, when we announce it, it's because we verified it. And there are lots of people that come out with lots of rumors and come out with, it creates even more anxiety. But we verify our information when we share it with you. So if we announce it in a group from one of us as an administrator, then it's for certain that answer is verified from the SUK, from Rawaf, and then we send it to you, inshallah. But it does happen like that. It's not a set date and then it happens. It's because they are doing some changes in the background and they have to go with it.
exactly.
Another question. Can I log in from 2 different places? So it's like a family account. So there's a parent and a daughter. They're in different countries. Can they log in at the same time?
You, as far as I know, you're not able to log in twice. And also, what you don't want to do is at the same. Sorry, and what you don't want to do is request one OTP, and then someone else is requesting another OTP from another country, and then that one's knocking out this one, and this one's knocking at that one, and you block up your system. So our advice is log in from one account. What you could do is, if, for example, you're from the UK and for whatever reason it's crashing, then ask the person in the other country to try, or vice versa, try from the other country first, and then try from the UK, and see if that helps. But don't do it simultaneously, both of you trying at the same time, because you're just going to lock out your OTP, and if they face it being like an attack on Nusuk or something like that, then they might block your account for a little while, or for 10 minutes or 15. Yeah, so you don't want to get caught up in that scenario. So just be patient and bear with us, inshallah. Bear with it, and it will come, inshallah ta'ala.
Sorry, I think there's further clarification required. What types of packages sell out faster? Shifting, non-shifting, longer duration, short duration?
Yeah, so in terms of the types of packages, to be honest with you, they don't give us a record of it. Oh, look, this is sold out faster, or that sold out faster. What sells out fastest is double rooms, because there's limited supply. A lot of people want double rooms, so they sell out fastest. Major Kabsh faster, yeah, because there's limited supply. So soon as that, so what happens is, so if you pick a package with Major Kabsh, for example, soon as it hits the quota, if you're trying to book, it will say camp quota reached. So now you got to go back, reconfigure, choose Mu'asim, and then try again to purchase, basically. And then minutes are valuable. So that's the 2 kind of main factors. The third thing that is obviously critical for us is country quota. Yeah. So what's critical is you get in the system, you click on your basket, you press purchase, and you go through the the checkout process as possible, because that country quota, as soon as that goes, no one can purchase a package after that, until phase 2, and and so on and so on. So that is the most critical thing. Then I would say the next one's probably double rooms that will get sold out quickest, and then Major Kapsh will get sold out very quickly as well.
What should you do if you purchase and your screen is showing the circle sign continuously?
Just wait. Again, like on that day, just message us. We'll be live with you. Message us and we'll tell you. Last year, the advice was just wait, at least 10 minutes to make sure that, see what happens. Look out for emails in your inbox. And after a certain time, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, we'll say to you, okay, log out of your Nusuk, log back in, and see if your e-wallet has been money has been deducted from your e-wallet. And that again will tell you, that hopefully they've upgraded the system. Obviously, all of this information was passed back to Nusuk and, to upgrade the systems and to try and make it more reliable and more stronger so that we don't get these kind of issues happening. So hopefully they would, they've obviously been saying that they've made adjustments and changes. So hopefully we won't face the same issues again this year. But if it does happen, and our advice will be, but bear with us, so be with us and we will live give you updates that, okay, look, this seems to be happening a lot. Take these steps. And when we're doing that, like I mentioned, we're speaking to Rawaf, we're speaking to Nusuk, we're also speaking to other companies. So, you got Rawaf and you got other companies. So we're also, speaking to them to see, okay, has anyone got, because at the end of the day, people want people to go Hajj. So information is shared, quite freely, and we're trying to make sure that everyone can book and get there, inshallah ta'ala.
Jazakallah khair. Which camp will the mashayikh be based
They'll probably be based in so different mashayikh. So last year, Sheikh Abu Taymiyyah was based in Majid al-Kabsh, and the mashayikh were based in Muaisim. Most of them will be based in Muaisim, but they'll visit Majid al-Kabsh and other places, as well, to make sure that they provide support and lectures. By the way, a lot of lectures, especially in hotels and so on now, they don't allow, when you're in the area, then they do allow, so close to Mina, they do allow lectures in person. But apart from that, a lot of times they say, you have to use headsets, like you can't use microphones and speakers for lectures and stuff like this. The authorities, they are cracking down a lot. So, a lot of times it's about focusing in on your phone to lectures and to listening to them as well.
Pretty much.
Our lectures so most of lectures and all to be honest, all lectures and announcements are normally in English. We do have guides who can speak other languages, so like Bangla, Urdu, Gujarati, Arabic. So one-on-one, we give some advice, we can give updates and information. But in general, the lecture of the groups that we support are normally, most things are done in this language. Yeah. If the quota runs out, will we see packages? So when should we stop? You'll see is as soon as and again, you'll be on the group, so we'll notify you as well. But you'll see, country quota exceeded. As soon as you see that for the particular country, you'll no longer be able to purchase from the UK, for example. If you're based in the UK, you'll not be able to purchase. Not that you're living in the UK, but if you got a British passport or you're applied from as a UK citizen, you won't be able to purchase on that day.
Someone's come out with an interesting strategy here. If you secure a quad room because there's a better chance of going, can we request a twin afterwards and pay the difference?
Yes. Yeah, you can request it. Rawaf will request it from the hotels. And like I said, last year they fulfilled, alhamdulillah, I think 100% of requests that were done and that were paid for.
I think, we said about the twin room being limited, Majid al-Kabsh being limited, and those are the two things that need to be understood. In terms of the numbers roughly for the UK Majid al-Kabsh, what kind of numbers are we talking about? And
so altogether, on the Nusuk system, you're looking at about 70,000 people, 70,000 people that go from the Nusuk system. So that's people from the UK, Europe, America, and so on and so on. Out of that, I think it's about 5,000 or 6,000, maybe up to 10 that are in Majid al-Kabsh, and the rest are in Muaisim. So it's a huge, it's a difference between the two.
Yeah, which is why you can choose Majid al-Kabsh. You get it, inshallah. It's written for you, but in terms of probability, there's a bigger number in Muaisim allocations that you can hit for. But you can't upgrade once you booked it. You can't upgrade from Muaisim to Majid al-Kabsh. It's locked. Where the twin room, you can have guessed, and we can look at doing
exactly that. Yeah. Why has Hajj become so expensive? To ask. To be honest with you, we don't have anything to do with the money of Hajj. This is all within Nusuk and the companies that are dealing with it. So unfortunately, we don't actually have an answer to that. But one thing I would say is actually from last year, package prices have gone down this year, which is something that you don't really see, that package prices go down. So I think the package prices have gone down by maybe 500 to £1,000 per person between last year and this year. Also, the pound currently is very strong in comparison to the dollar, and the Saudi riyal is linked to the dollar. So, actually, for people living in the UK, we're getting a better deal this year than for the last few years. I'll probably say, in terms of purchasing prices. How will women folk lectures? So lectures, so for example, the ones in the UK, some will be online, some will be in person. When they're in person, we'll have women. There'll be some women specific lectures that, and part of the program is specific for women as well, where we have women only lectures and programs which is specifically for them. But most times they'll attend, if it's in a hall, part of the hall will be made available for women, and if it's signed, then they'll join as you guys are joining now online, inshallah.
Which camp will Sheikh Farid be based at?
Like we mentioned, most of the mashayikh will be in Major Kapsh, be in Mu'asim. We don't know 100% at this stage, but I would say 80-90% Sheikh Farid will be in Mu'asim, inshallah.
So we can sit with him, have a cup of tea with him, chit chat if we wanted to.
Exactly, but he will visit Major Cups as well. In Mina, the lectures are via microphone, so we'll have speakers up in different places, and the women folk can listen to the lectures via the mic system, inshallah.
Inshallah. If I get a package but didn't get the confirmation without logging out, can we log in from another device and check this will impact the confirmation process in the first place?
You can, I mean, so we'll always say just wait, because as soon as you log in from another device, it might log you out from that first device. And if it's in the process of, putting your transaction through, you don't want to mess up. So we'll always say wait 10 minutes, I would say, before you attempt anything. But just wait for the day. We'll advise you. Yeah, we'll advise you, because both years, like not last year was different, the year before was different. The year before, transactions were going through quite quickly. Last year they were, buffering and taking time to go through. So just bear with us, wait, and inshallah we'll advise you on the day as to what to do exactly, inshallah ta'ala. Yep.
How do we know?
Sorry.
I was going to say, how do we know that the package has reached its limit or the country has reached its limit? Is there
It's the error code, yeah. So if a package reaches its limit, it'll say this package is reached its limit, please choose another package. If your country's reached the thing, the error will say country, last year was saying country quota, yeah, country
So then
quota.
if it's showing me the package has reached its limit, that means I can quickly go to my favorites and change and go to my next package, my second choice.
Exactly.
But if the country has hit its limit, there's basically the UK has now sold out on the system.
Exactly. That's exactly.
But there were still people, even that an hour after, they were still managing to buy a package. So you can still try it, but if the quota is sold out, it's sold out. There were the odd, I think 1 in 100 were managed to still.
Yeah, so what happens is, and we'll advise about this as well, post the booking day, that what happens is now if I've purchased a package that day for 2 people, for example, me and Shafiq are on my Nusuk account, and for whatever reason, we're no longer able to go, so I ask for a refund. Soon as I ask for a refund, the 2 packages, not to that, the quota goes back up by 2. So if at that point someone's logged in and trying to purchase, they're able to purchase. So, and then it suddenly causes a frenzy in the market because someone's just said, I just managed to purchase. So everyone else is now logging in and trying to purchase, but all that's happening is and people do cancel. If you imagine, like, out of 3,500-4,000 people that booked from the UK in phase 1, there's going to be a certain percentage for whatever reason have to cancel. So as soon as they cancel, the places become Nusuk make him available again, and other people can purchase. We'll speak about that afterwards, inshallah. So to give people more advice, nothing to worry about at this stage.
Yeah, and someone just re-asked again, how do they know if the package has gone through, been accepted? The one determining factor, easy one, is just check your e-wallet. If your e-wallet's been deducted, then you know your package has gone through. But they tend to have the confirmation. It can be quick, but it's been normally a bit slow to come through. Uh, Hygiene conditions in the toilets of Maisim. People are saying that they heard it's dirty toilets.
Much than previously. Last year actually was quite shocking how good they were. When we're talking about toilets, so I don't know if "good's" the right word, but they had cleaners constantly cleaning the toilets. They're tiled before they weren't tiled. Like I mentioned, Western toilets. Majority of the Western toilets had proper sinks, so much better than previous years. I would say, apart from queues, and queues, you're going to get because you've got so many people the same place. Actually, the toilet facilities are very good. Yeah.
And someone's worried about, they've heard about the 60-minute walk. Do we need to start exercising
Yeah.
now in preparation?
Yes. So as soon as purchase day is over, for those people who managed to purchase, we'll start the process of preparing you for Hajj. And one of the processes is to start now with, especially if even if you're not in Moisim, even if you're in Major Cups, start practicing walking. Start, you're getting healthier in terms of your eating habits, making sure that for example, you bought sandals and you start breaking them in. And we'll speak about all of these items, inshallah. It's
Years of experience of seeing what happens ourselves and people, what they can
exactly.
compile the seminars and webinars that we'll do post Nusuk as well to run you through and find
Exactly.
inshallah. I think we've answered pretty much all the questions.
Excellent.
There's one piece of advice that I may share with everybody is that the checkout's happening on Sunday, inshallah, if it doesn't change, it's happening on Sunday. There's a golden opportunity tomorrow for you to be able to secure a package. One of the golden opportunity is that last hour before Maghrib. It's Friday tomorrow. There's a last hour before Maghrib. You should be sitting there making dua, inshallah, because that one final opportunity that you have in that golden hour. But also, if you haven't been doing so, tahajjud. You should be doing tahajjud. Fajr is pretty late. You wake up another 20 minutes, half an hour before Fajr. And it's that tawakkul, that dua to Allah, pleading to Allah, oh Allah, I'm answering your call, like Sheikh Farid said in one of our previous webinars, oh Allah, I'm answering your call, make it easy for me, make me secure a package, make me go to Hajj. Oh Allah, help me answer your call, inshallah. And of course, we are here. If you've got any questions in the meantime, we are here to run through. We've also showed you the two new packages that we have, Rawaf 202. We've got the Rawaf 161, which is the second new package that we just thingy. We'll share some slides, a snapshot of the slides on the group as well, so you can see the packages so that you remember what they are. But you've got the WhatsApp groups, you've got a phone call. You can always call us. There's brother Zubair and myself on the phones who will be able to support you, inshallah. Any closing remarks from you? Yeah?
No, mashallah, I think you've said it all. I can't really say more than what you've just said, Brother Shafiq. Jazakallah khairan. Brothers and sisters, it's been a pleasure having you as always. Inshallah, we need you there. Uh, as Brother Shafiq said, just continue making dua. And we will have one final webinar before sales day on Saturday evening at 8 o'clock. So please be sure to join us, inshallah. And on the actual sales day itself, we'll have the open surgery throughout the day. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever in the meantime, please do get in touch. And one positive note to end on, one of the brothers have just messaged us privately. He spoke to us the other day about his payments getting stuck. And he said, alhamdulillah, these have been cleared after consistent contact with Nusuk by email. So don't ever give up, brothers and sisters. I know some of you have been messaging with issues with your promo verification. Just continue to be persistent, continue to email, keep trying to call, and of course, reach out to us where we will try and help where possible. And inshallah, you'll see the fruits of your work, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Barakallahu feekum. And until next time, Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.